and tobacco.
It's on?
So, you're on?
Yeah.
Those who wish may join in the recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I will call the work agenda of the Budget Committee meeting to order at 6:03. We have minutes for review and approval. If people have had a chance to go over those would be the minutes of April 18th. Is there any comment or request on those minutes?
I did see an error here somewhere.
Okay, then let's have a motion to approve with any additions or corrections as may be necessary.
So be it.
Stan, second
Second? Third?
by
Peg?
Peg. By Peg. Motion by Stan. Okay, Bob, what did you find?
Okay. It's on page 1. I believe this is where, okay, I was mistaken. You put these in backwards.
Just so it said, Mr. Chairman, Brenda is going to be viewing these in.
Right, that's, I'm going to try to speak into the microphone and don't shuffle the papers loudly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's another thing too, Mr. Chairman. We just missed a roll call. Mike,
Oh.
Tom McDougal will not be here.
I'm sorry. That, Stan was kind enough to mention that Dennis is, I believe, down in New York City, you said. Tom McDougal will not be here. From my left, stage right, would be
Selectman's Rep Mike Boyu.
Bob Carrier.
Larry Brown.
Peg Hurd?
Stan
School?
NATO.
Sean Perot.
Okay, thank you. Back to the minutes.
Okay, I was wrong. It's page 3 from what I can see. No, I can't. No, I didn't.
What did it have to do with, do you remember?
Yes.
What?
It was the point where I mentioned the,
So we need to look for your name.
yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, I'm looking for the word the minutes stated. I don't know how, in what
Was it a
order.
a misquote or what type of?
No, what it is,
Are you
There was
asking
something
about the
missing here.
bookkeeper?
Yes, about the bookkeeper. What it is,
On page
Oh.
3, the third bullet down.
what it was is, I mentioned that the bookkeeper's salary is tied in with the town administrator's salary line. And that's all I wanted to put in there, so everybody knows where it is, because you're not gonna see her. She's in her line.
Yep.
And that was the only one I saw.
Oh, so you want that statement included?
Yes,
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Guy,
So page 3,
it
The
says,
third bullet down.
okay.
Bob Carrier stated that will change the amount on the full-time line for whom? For
That would be for the town administrator's
For-
line.
town, so if on line 1, 2, 3 of bullet number 3, after the word line, you insert the 3 words for town administrator, will that do the sense of what you want?
Well, the town administrator's salary line will change.
For town administrator salary line.
Yeah, because the bookkeeper is tied into that line, and it makes a big
Okay,
difference.
so, town administrator salary line, that would be a 4-word addition,
Yep,
okay?
that's it.
Good.
Any other additions or corrections?
It was one from the school, and it's just a misspelling.
Yeah, I believe Herd is spelled H-E-A-R-D.
No, it's not. Is Brown spelled B-L-U-E?
It was the word, I believe it was IDA, but it was, and I just can't find the page.
Oh, yes, there you go. It's IDDA, page 2. Should be the IDEA.
Yeah, IDEA, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I did not
Okay.
even see that.
That's an easy one to make a mistake on.
This would be on page 2. The heading is School District Rep Budget Status and Issues of Note. Line 1, 2, 3. The first word is capital IDEA. Change from a double D. Any other? Okay. There is one I will add myself. This is on page 1, discussion. L. Brown stated da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Line 1, 2, 3. The sentence, the line begins, positive or negative, which have had a substantial impact. Instead of interest, the word would be impact. And then in the next line, or the impact for the entire year.
Where are you?
And it goes down
Right here.
on the present budget month's expenses or the impact for the entire year. Impact is just used twice instead of interest.
Oh, okay.
That should take care of it.
Okay.
Any other corrections, additions? Then all in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Opposed? Abstained? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Old business. We have the posting of committee vacancy, which is a temporary position to March of 2018 when we have the town elections again. And then the second topic under old business is data formats and their utility, how we get the information, and how the little numbers show up on the paper and how to pull them out. There are 6 of us here. Tom McDougall and Dennis are not here. I have had no feedback from the town administrator as to any other people coming forward who express an interest in the position. We have a person with us who is off camera, straight ahead, name of Erin Hutchings, Hutchings, who is here, which is at least more than other people have done. May I suggest for the, we have, you can swear, yes?
All day
Well,
long.
we need-
I'll do.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, we need to have her not applicant, but her interest in writing though.
Right. So we shall see what happens.
I wanted to come and just see exactly what I would be getting myself into, I guess, is part of it. See how much other interest had been, brought about in the town and that. I'm new here. Figured it was a good place to kind of get my feet wet, meet people, and learn from y'all, and maybe a new set of eyes in town and that can see something, different, so.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The I think the easiest
So you can follow up.
Thanks, Bob.
the easiest thing, would you please, since you were kind enough to come, just add to that a brief note of interest,
Okay.
and please plan to come back next month when we will.
Can we have her just to give us a little brief history of herself and so forth? Not, I mean, not next month, but this month.
Yeah. And for the moment, if you would like to be on camera, you may, or you may just speak informally from where you're seated on one of our wonderful executive chairs.
They're pretty hard, but that's okay. What do you want to know? My name's Erin Hutchings. I just recently purchased a property up here on Depot Pond Road.
Oh.
Excuse me. I wanted a small town, and I've started an interest in politics recently over the last couple of years. When I saw on the My Milton Home, I think it's called, on Facebook, I saw that there was gonna be a position open, or was a position open for budget committee. My dad served on the budget committee in Hampton, New Hampshire for many years. Had no idea what he did, I was a kid. But I know he got great satisfaction out of it. I'm retired, so I thought that, you know, I have a lot of time on my hands to do things, so I thought that getting involved in the town in politics would be great. I worked at Portsmouth Naval Shipyard until 2004, and worked for Morale, Welfare, and Recreation there. So I understand a little bit about budgets. We had to prepare our own budgets every year and submit them. So I have a little bit of knowledge. I went to Husser College. Started out at UNH, and then left to get married, and went back later in life and went to Husser College. Got a degree in business management, and minored in travel and tourism. So I left the area in 2004, moved south, and have recently moved back, and decided to make Milton my forever home.
Okay.
Well, welcome. I could tell you were from the South for a while when you said yow.
Yes. I was-
My daughter lives in North Carolina with her family, so.
You ever been?
Bob Carrier.
Just to add to that, right now we're in a slow mode, but when it becomes mid-October, all the
Right.
way to about February, we're meeting about once a week. I just think it gets really,
Right.
really heavy there. Okay, it's just so you understand.
No.
Right now, it's a once-a-month thing,
Right.
but when we get in there, we're gonna be
Right.
going to the school, the town, and we're gonna be pretty busy.
Well, like I said, I'm retired. I volunteer one day a week at a thrift store in Barrington. And other than that, you know, pretty much it.
No.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Is that how you came across Nancy?
Yes. I have to stay out of there.
Your wishes are hers.
Fine, I'm spending too much in there.
But anyway, anyone at home who has gone to the town website will see the posting for the budget committee regular meeting for May 16th, and on that, and for conversation with you, what I've tried to do is, you will see there's the note where it says public input is welcome to the good order of the meeting and the topic at hand. If you were looking at last night's meeting of the selectmen, that is the way the selectmen work things, pretty much, as long as their work does not get sidetracked or sandbagged, to use a phrase from the evening. And we have had one or two people who have come to present information, and the next part of it that Stan is already on is what we do and what we don't do. So what I tried to do on this is just put a very quick summary of what our job is and what your father was doing,
Right.
and how we had been very fortunate in Milton to be able to work on what I will say, direct and earnest back and forth on how the school and the town will argue and advocate for their budgets, and the questions that the budget committee has of why it's important, why it's more, and why you can't do it at this cost.
Right.
Not do it this way, but do it at this cost. And she is not here, but a wonderful person, Lou Snyder, whom you may have met in something else. And the last thing you wanted to hear Lou Snyder say was, "Well, I'm sorry."
But
So anyway, in the we can ask for whatever detail we're required to do the job, and the, just what the estimated expenditures are going to be, and go from there. And as Bob said, we are taking August off or July?
Normally it's July.
July,
Yes,
July,
July.
yeah, they all look alike.
They're warm.
They're warm, so
Sometimes.
we will be taking the month of July off. August will sort of be that first shock when you jump into the water.
Shark Tank, yep.
Yeah, and the selectmen suddenly realize that September is around the corner and the year is 3/4 over, and the school district has had 3 months to find out what their new budget, starting on July 1st of 2018, is doing. So that's us in a nutshell. Anything else anyone like to add?
Just curious why
Ms.
we
Bonner?
can't make a decision tonight.
Um,
We had no other interest.
we
This
have-
young
we have
lady
no other interest
came.
that,
Except the documents, I mean.
except for documents, my comment is just one of the courtesy on all sides, and that is that Dennis and Tom are not here. We are not a head-butting group, and I do not think that they will have any objection to any action we take tonight. So I will put it to the consensus of what we are a legal majority.
Well,
A
let's
quorum?
get her to do up a letter first, because we have to have that done. You have to give us, present us with a letter of interest.
Right now?
Yeah, if you
Well-
want us to make a decision tonight, or we
Can
can
I
do
write
it,
on the back of this?
you can write down anything you want.
What an appropriate document.
If that is comfortable for
Or if you
you,
wanna wait till next month,
No, that's,
that's the,
Come on down.
I knew I'd get
I
one of these
remember
things.
no. Is it the committee's pleasure to wait and check penmanship, or do you want to?
no? As long as we-
Spelling,
We
grammar.
we can move to a discussion
You know
of,
me, Mike.
I did live in Louisiana the last 4 years.
I will make
Oh
the
my God, you
motion,
lost it all.
I'll make the motion to accept, or appoint, I should say, Miss Erin Hutchings to the temporary, to the March 18th, right? Is that what
to
it
the,
is?
Yes.
March 18th
It was
position,
expired,
the open March 18th
at
position.
the March vote.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and discussion. We have talked that this is the formal discussion for the motion made. From my left.
We don't get enough people volunteering, to have no discussion, let's move forward with this.
Bob Carrier?
The only thing, Mr. Chairman, we've been going through this every year. We've always come out with 8. We never seem to hold 9 people here. And if we get any interest, we're lucky if we keep them. As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
if she shows the interest, I'd say that's fine. It sounds good to me. She wants to try this out. She wants to see this, and it's a learning experience. She'll have a year on the board to see where we go.
Ms. Hurd?
Aye, excellent. Welcome.
Stan?
Another woman on the
Yes,
board.
you're on record. Sean?
Assuming that, this is legal and how everything works, that we did post it. I do remember seeing it
Yeah.
for like over a week. Everyone had their opportunity to come here to make their case. She chose to come, and she obviously is very interested.
And for the record, it's my understanding that it's posted until the position was filled, correct?
Correct.
Good,
It is,
I
it
like
is
that.
my
Not
understanding
to a
that there
certain
is,
date.
Okay. I wasn't
there
sure
is
about
no
that.
controlling statute for how the elected members of the Budget Committee may handle their business as long as it is not in violation of statute. So
The statute is good statute.
it is silent.
Okay.
And
So-
we're just appointing her, so.
Yeah, so anyway, the Budget Committee, as an elected board, as opposed to others which are advisory, has the power to appoint of its own authority a member until the next vote, which will be in March. So that having been done, I will call for the vote, and for Brenda, we'll do it roll call, starting from my left,
Yes.
Michael, Bob,
Yes.
Peg,
Yes.
Stan,
Yes.
Sean,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. It is approved 6-0. Do you have your
I do.
swearing in? I don't know whether or not the paperwork has to go through the town clerk and be entered formally, but you for our interest, once you are sworn in, you are free to join the conversation on any terms.
All right.
So,
And the paperwork, you
Thank
can
you.
come in tomorrow and see the clerk right there.
Okay.
And I'll be in on Friday, and then I'll sign the bottom to swear you in,
Okay.
okay? Is that all right, everybody?
Yeah. As long as she signs it.
that would you step front and center?
Hey, can you raise your right hand? I
I, Erin Hutchins,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform all the duties
discharge and perform all the duties
incumbent upon me as a
coming upon me
as a
budget committee member
right, according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities,
agreeable to the rules and regulations,
agreeable to the rules and regulations,
to the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the state of New Hampshire,
of the state of New Hampshire.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Welcome.
That was easy.
Now you're stuck here.
Yeah,
Now I'm
sorry.
here.
Now it gets painful from here on.
That
That was easy.
yeah. Did we tell you about the pizza?
I have to bring pizza to the next meeting.
Yes,
New guys. Gal.
That okay.
All right.
The to bring up to as much speed as we have, what I have done is basically we have two things to review: the budget of the school district and the budget of the town, for usually in terms of what I call the budget status, which is how much money has been spent, usually on the percentage, 8.5% per month, and then any issues of note, like you haven't been here that long, but the poor highway department had a wonderful history of transmissions blowing, and that would be an issue of note.
Find anything?
Mike will probably mention that they received a $5,000 grant last night from the Maloney Foundation against the costs of the new cardiac monitor. That's the kind of issue of note. And the same thing for the school, which is running on a slightly different fiscal year. So they are coming to the end of their year, and will have possibly some money left over, which has a different name to it than the town does. We'll do that later.
Okay.
So we will
That's the June meeting.
we will start with the school district
Okay.
rep, the budget status and issues
Chairman.
of note.
Oh,
Mr.
sorry.
Chairman,
Sure.
for old business, did we want to discuss the data formats?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, I
Oh.
did not read. I did not expect to have so much activity at the first half of the agenda. Yes, Sean and Tom and possibly Bob Carrier.
I was not on it.
Okay, Tom is not here. Sean was having a discussion about what I will call, in the most general terms, data formats, so that you can take what I call an outlier. Every month you spend $10, and in the 3 months, 10, 10, 10, $30, and in the fourth month, it's either $40 or $7.50. And there are better ways of having that information jump out in a summary, and I will leave it to Sean to take the details from there. What did you find out?
So far, we got one CSV format, which
I'm
is
sorry, you need,
Excel.
for Excel.
okay, and that alphabet soup is,
That would be the suffix for the file type.
okay,
So
CBS instead of Excel.
and those letters are,
CSV, comma separated values is the actual word. But essentially, the idea is we were getting, the format was in PDF, and it was rather difficult to try to run an automated program to bring some of the information up to the forefront, right? So what you can do with Excel files is you can run a macro, and anything that's above 100%, highlight it red, bold, whatever colors you want to do. With a PDF file, that's impossible, right? So there was, this is the document that we have. There are, in this example, 15 pages, right? So a human looking through there is going to miss things. However, if you write a program, it's going to be relatively quick. And I'm actually a programmer for a job, so to me, it's second nature. I'm going to share.
Sneaky.
Yeah, so I'm going to, if anyone's interested, I'll share any of the macros that I developed for the rest of the team, so they can also look it up and be a.
Chairman, there's one thing I remember too, is when I got it, I went and printed out page 1, and it came out all over the place.
Okay.
It takes 2 papers, you can't see the top of here. It didn't come out good, I don't know if anybody else is having that problem.
So,
Oh, did
so
you
what I
like
would
it?
recommend is that they not only export it in this format, but also in the old PDF format. So people who are used to PDF can obviously do what they've done in the past. From my understanding, talking to Tom, it's no more work than export PDF, export CSV, send it out. Another idea, if we don't want to clog up our email, is to actually put it up on a Google Docs, because these are public documents as far as I know. Anyone is able to download and look at them. That allows people to be able to go out and bring it down into their local machines, instead of having one meg or more file sent to them over their email service.
I don't know if I don't mean to interrupt you, but who is going to take care of all this? Who's going to be in charge of sending this stuff out? Because right now, this is useless to me right now. That's why I couldn't print no copies. I can't get everything in there. It doubles my copy.
Sure. So, I mean,
I would talk, as far as the school, I would talk to Nate and have him send you the old PDF and then the Excel, because I didn't get the Excel this month. What does it mean to?
So, I think there's obviously solutions to this issue, and I would agree that that is not an acceptable format to print it out. But I think the solutions are really easy to do. I think we just need to communicate with Mr. Castle, I believe his
Yes.
last name is.
Yeah.
Really understand what we need. We need both formats. Like I said, from my understanding, listening to Tom, it's literally export one, export the other, attach them to an email and send them out.
So in just a simple process that would be both for Joanne or whoever the Joanne Smith is our finance director for the town. Nathan Castle is the business, what are you calling him, manager for the school district. And the process for whoever has the files, be it the town or the school district, they would be able to enter a command that says, one, in the old style, export PDF, and the second command is what?
It would be export in CSV format,
Export in
which Mr. Castle already did.
common CSV, common shared value format.
Comma, separated value.
Comma.
I'm more than happy to
Yes.
spend some time with both people,
Mhm.
and if they've already learned how to export it in PDF format, which obviously they have because of our last meeting, then exporting it in this format is just as trivial. It's really simple, and that will give your ability to download the PDF file and print them out, just like you have.
See, the thing is, if we want to talk about something, I need a hard copy, because I tried this once before to go paperless. It doesn't work, because whatever you want to talk about here, the other people can't follow it
Yeah.
because you're trying to explain it.
I totally agree what you're saying, and I think, like I mentioned, that there are two ways to solve the problem, right? So a PDF file is exactly what we had
Yeah.
before, easy to print out, we can get those for the meeting.
Yeah.
The other format, the Excel format, is for those who want to be able to do some investigation before the meeting begins, right? So,
Oh, okay. Before, you know how long you know how long it takes me to get up to speed. You hold that thought. Sean, you also mentioned Google Docs.
yeah, well, let's table that for another
Yes,
day. I
yes.
think, let's work through the two
Okay.
formats first.
Because I will ask and I will hold the question so Stan can do his. But my thought is that those who are computer or tablet oriented and who might be bringing one with them, that would permit them to visually bring up the PDF document on their device, and they would not need to have a hard copy to review that PDF document because they would have the machine, the computer with them. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Then
But
the
you're
second
saying-
question is, by going back and forth, the person would be able to take that same PDF information and ask it to be presented in the CSV format. And then in the CSV format, you would have to take a third step, and you would have to say, bring me up all the accounts which are 20% higher or lower than last month's continuation. Is that
So,
what you're trying to get to?
Not really.
No,
I think what
okay.
we're doing is presenting options for everyone on the board,
Okay.
and how they wish to work and understand the data that were presented.
Then I'm done. Stan, you still have your question.
I didn't have a question, I just have a statement for the new member and all members, just a reminder. Whenever you receive anything by email, and I'm sure they'll get your email address, please, no reply all.
That
It constitutes an illegal meeting.
when we get down to number 6,
Okay.
that is going to be the topic of number.
People don't
number
realize
6.
it, but you cannot do reply all.
Um,
I was gonna mention that too.
Yes.
We'll wait till that's.
Yes.
To that time, okay.
that,
Okay.
I still
So-
have one question if you're all done. You go. Finish
Oh,
yours.
okay,
I
so
still have one.
we are still
Are we getting to me yet?
almost have
Come on, I wanna go home and go to bed. I gotta
Have
get up at 5
patience.
o'clock in the morning.
so
For you. Sorry.
then, Sean,
Yes.
for what you want to do and your conversations with Tom, who was not here, for putting together an alternate system of presenting the data, you will be contacting Nate Castle, and Mike, who would be the most useful person to contact in the town? Is Joanne still the person who has the best thumb on the data and can massage it best and who?
She actually made up the beauty spot. That's her program, so.
Okay.
What's your last name, I'm sorry?
Smith,
And then when does Gloria, Joanne,
Fridays.
okay, and she is reached at the 652-4501 number, extension 2.
Very good.
And Nate is at 652-0262.
That direct number.
No.
That's the, I don't know if
SAU
this
number.
extension, I think everybody tries to run interference at that number. I don't know what
Mhm.
his extension is.
Not a worry.
Uh,
I will make sure that I contact both of these people
Okay,
and walk through, and really, my intention from the get-go was to make it easy for everyone to be able to use the data in the best way that they feel,
Mhm.
and not to supersede the old PDF format manner.
See, for
All right, I
myself,
think Nate is okay with it,
He seems pretty,
and, I mean, he did it, I asked him, and he said, okay.
okay.
And
and
then he added the percent column too.
Bob,
For me, I lost the use of my iPad and the phone. As soon as it came on there, I hit it, it disappeared. The only one I got is an old computer, and it's kind of big, and I don't want to bring it in here. So
Yeah.
for me, in the PDF form, I can bring it up there,
Yep.
but I can't do it any other way. So I lost 2 uses.
Well, you know, the thing is, let me just maybe summarize. I do believe you people wanted the Excel so that you could do exactly what you just said, and you used your word outliers, you know, the man standing in the field of flowers or whatever it was. It was the first time I really met him. It's like, what are you talking about? Anyway, so that you guys can play and see if there is anything that's out of order, which is totally understandable, but hopefully that's all gonna be done prior to coming to the meeting.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, so we don't have to spend a lot of time on it, and we still get the PDF.
Yeah, because if we
Okay.
get it the next time, I can print them out, but I can't
Yeah.
print them this way.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
will
okay.
have, make sure Nate sends both, okay?
It
So
would be
then if you've got
easier.
any outliers or anything, you can bring them up while
Yep.
I'm doing my report. Is
Mhm.
that fair?
Absolutely.
Just be nice, okay?
Yeah.
Like I was mentioning, I'm more than willing to help anyone.
Yeah, well, I'm not against any of it, it just that, at this point, it's useless to me.
I
Well,
totally
we're old
understand.
school, let's face it, we're
Yeah,
old
no,
school.
I know, we're old school.
Well, I'm old school, I'm probably older
But
than
I'm
all of
willing
you,
to
so
look
I
at
can
it,
do an
but,
Excel file and do
just
some
off
macros.
on two items, so I'm willing to work with it, but if I get the PDF, I can give everybody a pre-report.
Well, one good thing about PDF files is they are cross operating systems.
Yep.
So if you're on a Mac, if you're using OS X
Yeah.
or any of the other ones, you are able to look it up.
Yep.
There are ways to look them up in a Mac because
Yep.
I do that at work, but totally understand. I mean, there's a lot of data there. If you have an older computer, it can really bog it down.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it for me.
Okay,
Then, last point, Aaron, for your information, this comes out of a conversation that was started by a woman who has now moved on and to Pennsylvania, who also worked at the shipyard, Caitlin McGargy, and she just very simply was whoop, and whoop, and that's the one. She had done a color-coded visual representation of graphic data, and that sort of got other people thinking of where that might come. And if the name Edward Tufte means anything to you, she was very strong for him. Okay, Ms. Hurd.
phew.
Yes, I-
Am I on yet?
Yes.
that's
Okay.
great. It's more than expected.
The worst thing, of course, to report is our special ed is way over. This is as of April. So we are hurting at that point. However, we still have $155 from our IDA special ed fund coming in.
$155 and
Thousand, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I left that K. K off. Okay,
Okay.
155K.
That,
It still is coming in. I did ask Nate if he checked into that emergency funding, and he said he was going to do that next week. He was really busy. So
So that's reference to RSA
32
colon
something
11,
something, yeah.
colon 11.
Okay, the emergency funding.
Yep.
But he really, last week, really feels as though we are going to be coming in okay, with everything all told, because we are under in a lot of things. We're still waiting for revenue to come in. Got $1,944,192.87 to come in from just current appropriation, other income, transportation, etc. Food service. I personally still have a problem with this because we budget. I think we are down to 26,000 in the hole at the end, which to me it should be a net, but anyway. One of our other problems with food service is children getting lunch because they cannot refuse kids from getting lunch. They cannot send them over into a corner and say, here's the peanut butter and there's some bread. So we have a lot of freebies going around, and the district has started sending out emails. It's like a 4-step process: emails, letters, certified letter, and then it's kind of like, small claims court. So we have probably at this point about $5,000 that
Yeah.
parents owe us. And we're trying very hard because obviously there's the free and reduced lunch, but the paperwork is unbelievable. So we're trying to figure out, okay, if I give you a call, do you need some help filling out the paperwork? We'd be more than happy to help you. Now your child could maybe qualify for cheaper meals. So,
Background information. The school district has, in a very general number, a $9 million budget. The town has a $4 million budget. The school district does not spend $9 million of town money. It has, about $4 million in grants that come in? There's,
I don't think that high.
it's quite a few.
If you look at the
Quite a
very
few.
top line, where it says current appropriations, that is the town's responsibility, and I think it's $5 million some odd dollars.
Yeah,
I don't have a sheet. That is the
5,700,000.
town's
Yep.
portion come out of property taxes that go
oh,
there.
okay,
Right,
then
right.
it is roughly a $5 million, $4 million balance to get to the 9 million. The free and reduced lunch program can be traced back through federal financing and federal controls, and one of the overriding issues that the school district deals with is confidentiality of pupil records. A great deal of that comes through in terms of placement in special ed, where the school board itself will be given only the number assigned to a student. And what Peg just said, children may not be stigmatized or set out separately because either by poor fortune, misfortune, or sloppy handling of family finances, they don't have their lunch money. So that for $5,000 out of a $9 million budget is a small thing, but it can rankle because
Right.
if it represents a deliberate gaming of the system. So, is there anything else of note that you wish to bring up for the school district?
No, but Sean, did you have any red things?
I didn't get a chance to do that.
Oh, okay. All right. As I said, the biggest thing or the worst thing is the special ed, and that was because we had 4 students move into town unexpectedly, and they had to be outplaced, which is an awful lot of money per student.
Where do you place them?
It depends on their disability. The kids at Monarch. I'm trying to think. There's a place in Stratford.
Is it because they're not equipped at the school
Yeah.
here to handle these? or-
Right. I mean, their IEPs go beyond the scope of a normal
Right.
school
Atmosphere,
providing
right.
provisions. Because I worked in Rochester, and I just remember one year we had 7 kids come in who had to be outplaced, and it was like $140,000.
Depends on their diagnosis.
Yep,
how severe
yep.
they are.
There's
Yep.
that alphabet soup, IEP, individualized
Right,
educational
right.
program. Okay.
Yep.
And it can go all the way to a facility like Crotched Mountain
Okay,
down,
right.
where you can reasonably be looking at $100,000 plus or
For one
minus
student.
or plus,
Right.
depending on the aid that the student requires. Then, Stan, did you have any question?
No, I do not.
Peg, do you have any question?
No.
Larry, do you have any question? Bob?
I just wanted to make reference on that. You saw the revenues. It shows a lot, but if you look at your expenditure report, it's already been encumbered. What it is, we're always behind on the because that's the money that's coming in for that month. But
Right.
Nate has already encumbered all that money, all the grant money's in there, so it looks like we have a lot left over, but it's already in there.
That, yes, I will,
And
Yeah,
that
okay.
does finish, and next month, so June 30th, that revenue will come to an end. You'll stay open until there
Yeah,
may be
yeah.
more revenues come in and more bills come in, but the brand-new budget, you'll see a brand-new revenue
Right,
report.
right.
You
No, I
should
know that.
explain to her that the town's on what budget and the school's on what budget.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
You
we
mentioned,
did, yeah.
Yeah.
Ours goes July to June and town goes January to.
Calendar year,
December.
versus fiscal year.
and, again, side information, right now, unless there's been a change, the school district, budget, has been frozen, just to
This
make,
year,
just to make sure that, everything is available for any, calamity that may come from now to June 30th. Any other questions,
That's
Bob?
it, that's
yeah.
it.
Thank you, Bob.
So, we know that the SAU is closing down
Yes.
over here. So that's money that won't be spent on that. And I know that you're thinking about you're taking over the Damon House now.
Right.
Okay, at no cost. Where are the kids that were going to the Damon House going?
They're back in regular classrooms.
Regular
Yeah,
class?
as are the special ed teachers.
Okay, with
So-
their paras?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, and that, by the way, is coming along just fine. When I drove home late this afternoon from school, I saw the white truck in the driveway, so I'm assuming that they were laying the carpeting. I was in over vacation, and the rainy days painting.
There's
So
a
it's-
scramble to get that thing done, because we're ready to move into that, aren't you?
We are not moving until the end of June.
Right?
Wakefield wants to take all of their stuff out this week.
Hence the yard sale.
We'd love to have a yard sale. If anybody wants to set it up, they can have the money.
The Boy Scouts, I think you're gonna talk to the Boy Scouts.
They have an Eagle project this weekend.
Yeah.
And so I talked to Paul Steer, and they all help. So this weekend at Sentimental Resale, they cannot do that. So, which is unfortunate. But anyway, Wakefield is moving their stuff out this week. So
What
we
are they
don't have a
paying
lot
for-
left in that building.
What were they paying for a lease over there? Do
You know what? I have no idea. Is it in the?
Yes, it is, well, it might, it was paying.
Oh, it's in the SAU budget, and I don't have that. Sorry.
Totally, I think it was 31,000, but
Okay.
it was split between
Right.
Wakefield
Right.
Yeah.
and
That,
Us. Yeah.
Mike, anything else?
No, I'm good. That's-
Okay.
sure.
Then, again, if I repeat what you already know, stop me. The Milton School District has been a combination of Wakefield, grades 1 through 8, plus the Milton District, I guess K now,
K through
K
12.
through 12. Effective July 1st, Wakefield has disaffiliated itself from SAU 64, and we used to, and are still contributing 57% and 42% plus 43% on the combined costs of the administrative structure of the district, superintendent, business officer, and special ed supervision for the combined district. That will end July 1st. And there was going to be the yard sale, and what has happened is that all of the material of value in the common administrative office on Commerce Way has been tagged for division, and those things which were not of use to either district, the chair with 4 casters out of 5, which is, a passing mark, we're going to be a yard sale. That's off, but the district has been diligent in making sure the value is even and proportionate. But,
Sort of.
as best you
I know.
you can in an uneasy alliance. I think that's a fair phrase.
Uneasy lines,
Mike.
I like that.
Yes.
No,
You're on.
Mr.
Okay, I'm on.
Representative.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, I have the 512 budget, I think you called it
We have the 428.
428
Oh
anyway.
dear. Whoops, and it's upside down. So backwards.
In my expenditure report, there are, this is only May, and we have way too many expenditures overdrawn, like postage. On page one, the postage is $625, and the other one is overexpended is the vehicle maintenance. Now, the postage, they talked to the administrator, and I guess there had been a massive amount of postage done from January to now. I didn't get into it with her. The TA vehicle maintenance, we never budgeted a whole lot for maintenance on that. But this year, we've had some maintenance done that put us over budget by, that's $23. So if, it's, ideally, I don't think it's enough money in that budget, because if it has another breakage, you have to stop moving money around to accommodate those repairs. It's nothing to do with mileage.
Is it-
Oh, so
this-
it's the mileage line, but it's,
Mhm.
No, it's the vehicle maintenance line.
Yeah.
which is,
I'm sorry, 730.
Okay. Question on that, or should I ask? This is the town vehicle, the blue one that is on the side parking lot. Vehicle
Mhm.
maintenance. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, I thought you
okay.
were.
And, no, that, and the,
Gave you the end.
so prior to that, that was a police department vehicle.
Correct.
And maintenance for that would have been under the police department budget. And the way municipal budgets are set up is all of those categories are from Department of Revenue Administration, DRA, more alphabet soup. And they are lined out so that if you are very good and somebody wakes you up at 3 o'clock in the morning and they say 117.53, you will know automatically that it's whatever. So that's what Mike is talking about, that the $23 over in the vehicle maintenance is something that could not be accurately estimated last year because it wasn't getting the same type of use. For our purposes, the discussion of postage is something that when September and October comes, we will be asking, was that a temporary glitch? Did the town misestimate the actual cost of postage? Is that a function of the federal rise in the cost of postage? Should the budget committee hold your feet to the fire so that you don't send out letters, or do we have to adjust the budget up? Those are October questions. Yes, Mike?
Yeah, come up with a fair and substantial budget rate. Okay, so look up at page one again to the TA line, TA full-time salary. It's at 24%. We don't have bookkeeper's salary is paid out of that. So at 24%, it sounds really low. In going through this, I had asked the TA last night about the accuracy of this budget. She said it was pretty close. I asked her how close percentages, within 1%. I believe that to be true. Just gonna take another look. So anyway, moving on page 3.
we also have mileage and travel down there that's over, to 840 on page 1.
Well, no, that would be, that's membership and dues. Is that, am I right, overdrawn?
Oh,
Yep.
duh, okay, sorry, wrong one. So is that done for the year, at least?
Yeah.
maybe? Okay, good. Okay, sorry.
No, don't be sorry, please ask questions. On page 3, line
$740,
Yes.
equipment maintenance. So,
It's not
How
a
much-
lot
how
as
much
far
I-
as
I-
dollars, but
It's the only thing I can think of is the ballot machine.
that's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
too.
That's the only thing, but
Yeah.
one year the school usually takes care of the calibration and everything, then the next year the town.
I
But it's never usually
oh,
that
I know
high.
what, there were, the booths are in absolutely horrible condition after all the years. And we had purchased 4 of them, replaced 4 that just couldn't be done, that couldn't be used anymore.
And that's what costs $1,100 for 4 booths?
That stuff is, well, no, I think by overage, it doesn't cost $1,100. That's not the total cost of that.
All right,
There are
so
other,
if you-
there are other costs that have been absorbed into that, the maintenance equipment.
all right, so the next meeting we can have a breakdown?
Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna talk about that too. You know, Stan, during last year's budget meetings, you had a good point. This is about the backups. It's a good way for us to take a look at everything that is spent or how it's spent. I got outvoted last year, and I don't care if that's all, I got outvoted last year. I want to have full budget review, and I'm gonna recommend that again this year. So that we get a full document of what is spent in this budget. You all agree?
Mike, the thing is, we were always supposed to get that, because when we see.
Well, we're not getting it though.
Okay.
We can,
Yeah,
last year we didn't get it, but
yeah.
this year.
The, again, for history, there have been some unexpected changes in personnel over the last two years, which have had an impact both on the nuts and bolts of getting a figure on a line item. And also, we the town hired a new town administrator who came on board just in time to not have the full handle on what you're seeing as the line and why this item is higher or lower. The budget committee, you just heard the phrase backup, either from Stan or from Mike. And that is the detailed explanation that Mike just gave for the voting booths, that we had to get 4 of them because 4 of them were really shot, and that would be the backup information. We did not have that, and it made the budget committee's work against the state-imposed deadlines for doing such and such difficult to meet. And as you will find out, some of us are not as detail-oriented as some of the rest of us. And that some of us is sitting in the chair's seat. So we had to thrash that out. When October comes, Mike is saying that he is going to have his department heads have that backup information in place, nominal October 1st. Not to nail you to the wall, but no, whatever is a good and useful date, so that Mike can feel
When the
comfortable.
department heads start presenting their budgets.
Yeah.
So, and back to that, the 4 booths, in fact, that may even have come out of the tax collector's line, to tell you the truth.
The voting
I know that
booths.
they did have some voting, the voting machine, they had some problems with that.
Do we know how many booths we actually have?
What's that?
Do we know how many booths that we actually have?
I'll guess, I'll say 30.
So, do we have like an idea of like the longevity of one of the booths, and do we have like a rotational program to make sure we're only replacing a couple at a time?
No.
Or we wait till they're dead and then we say, okay, these 4 go to the
Bingo.
garbage? Gotcha.
Yeah, if you can bring to mind the downstairs, and you figure that's about 3 feet to a booth, and you go 30 feet, 30 feet, 30,
Sure.
Well, fortunately, the last couple of, three voting days, we had the church down the road down here, has graciously offered us, donated that time for us to vote. And it made the flow a lot better. There was one year, I think it was, 2 years ago, we had 1,100 voters show up.
That was because of the
Yes.
landfill issue.
Yeah, and there was standing room only. The lines were outside the door over here. So it was beginning to be a problem. And we usually anticipate a larger voting population during, either gubernatorial or presidential.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Then, onward.
Yeah, so the other one, here's another one, ZBA. The ZBA's been very busy this year, especially with the projects downtown. And other ongoing projects of potential businesses coming into town. Their postage line is overdrawn by $247.
But keep in mind, we get reimbursed for that,
Yeah,
but the way we have to run the budgets, it looks like we're spending more, but we're getting every dime back.
yeah.
That-
Why?
But
Why,
talk,
Why do you get the money back for the ZBA
Because
person?
the applicant has to pay for it.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah, see,
okay.
Anybody who comes into,
All right, got it, thank you.
the,
so, yeah, or like an appeal board.
yeah, the planning board and the ZBA front, the applicant is required to forward the money to the planning board. The planning board expends it, but the money from the applicant does not go to reimburse the planning board
Correct.
or the ZBA. It goes into the general fund.
All right, so that never shows
So
up here.
we need one more line for money I didn't really spend.
Well, we can't, the way that DRA and everything wants us to run our budgets, we can't do that.
Right.
Because it's a true to test, what we're spending, it doesn't, and revenues, we should have a line for revenues, is what it should be.
Mhm.
But you gotta remember, the ZBA budget was based on history, and I've been sitting on the ZBA for quite a while now, and I can't remember before every month having a meeting.
Yeah.
Usually it's 2,
Right.
3 a year.
Yeah.
Now it's every month we have a meeting. Unfortunately, a lot of them, we go and then we don't get anywhere because of whatever reasoning, but it's a lot more happening with the ZBA than ever before.
Good and bad, I guess. Good and bad.
Well, like I said, sometimes we don't get to accomplish anything because we find out that abutters weren't notified properly. So
Yeah.
that meeting is now null and void, and, well, not null and void, but we get to address what
Table
it has to be tabled, so
Yep.
it's, so someone that thinks they go to ZBA, it's just a 3-time-a-year thing, not no more.
All right, yeah, that was on the move.
Um,
So the next one is page 9. You'll see that the Conservation Commission is overextended on their miscellaneous. There was only supposed to be $1 in that line, and they spent $16, which put in $15. And that might be a housekeeping thing, I don't know. So,
Well, it's just unfortunately, when you look at the percentages,
oh, I know.
you know, if you're talking to $10 or $25 and they spend $40, it looks like it's 250% over.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, you know, but also on that page, can you address the postage for the highway department? Again, it's only little money. But what do they need to post out, I mean, for postage? I thought everything was done through town hall.
Bid documents?
I wish I could answer that, I don't know.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's,
I
and it's
thought-
short
Yeah.
money too, it's like,
It's short money, but I'm
It's
just saying,
$4.59.
they had
or
$10
14.
allocated in the budget, and they
Yeah.
got 20, yeah, I mean, but I'm just curious what they're mailing.
yeah, I can't answer that, I'm sorry.
Can we find out next meeting?
I absolutely can. In fact, next meeting, I'll bring this in, drop you back with all of the reasons for the shortcomings on it.
Okay.
I'm just, I'm pointing them out.
Yeah.
All right, when you get done, because I want to go back, I got some
Yeah.
questions.
Sure. And let's see.
I don't mean to interrupt. He's got a more up-to-date
Right.
report than we do.
Right, but there's still back
Okay.
this
Aaron,
month that have,
You're gonna see in here, this will help you, especially with the town administrators, certain things that the town will pay a lump sum either at the end of the year or the beginning of the year. So you're gonna look like the money has been spent, but it might get spent at the end of the year, a lump sum. You know, so, or they'll spend it up front. It looks like they're running out of money, but that's for something that's already paid in full.
right, And that's what I
So-
wanted to verify.
You know, and so you just don't look at the percentage, oh, they're gonna run over. It may not,
Right.
it's 100%, that's it.
Okay.
So then moving on to page 12. Now, this is for recreation. And I
Training,
think
yeah.
training, yeah, we expended over quite a bit. I don't know,
$4.
I,
So from $300 to $304. There again's a perfect example of the percentage,
right.
making it look like it's,
Yeah. So, down a few lines down.
professional services.
Yeah. Remaining, went over almost $200. Now, page 13, under library for dues and membership. We're over, they're over $10.
On library membership and dues.
Oh, maybe that's,
You
he's
got
got
something we
those
don't
down,
have
yeah,
because,
yeah.
all
They
right.
were fine last
Yeah.
month.
I know, and I know they can move the money around their budget, but, they really ought to stick to what they say they want to spend on what they want to spend.
Which, right.
I'm sorry, which is the membership dues on the library, $8.50.
That, which, okay, a dollar going from what to what?
Okay, the net budget was $50. No, sorry, it's dues and membership. Their,
Budget was $335, what did they
Right.
spend?
yep. Year-to-date, $345, it should be, yeah, that must be a typo then. Because it says it's $10 remaining, less than $10.
Yeah, less
So,
$10, it's overdrawn $10.
Right.
Correct, yes, I said, yeah.
That, okay, it is, that,
Yeah, the year-to-date, they spent $345 when they only budgeted for $335.
Yeah, and you'd think you'd know what that would be in advance.
oh, okay. That is, that, I'll take this moment. Are you familiar with the bottom line budgeting for the town, Aaron?
No, sir.
Let's do that again.
It's from the sale.
You may
First
drop-
meeting.
you may drop the sir, but please. Bottom line budget means if you have $10 for your $12 for your budget for the entire year, it doesn't matter whether you spend $6 in the month of January and $1 a month from July on, as long as you stay under the $12. If your expenses go up to $2 for the month of January, and you can drop everything else 10 cents and come out even to the $12, you're fine. Bottom line budgeting. The library would be an example where we may find out the answer is that the New Hampshire Library Association raised their membership dues $10, and that $10 will be absorbed by buying one book less out of the $5,000 that is in for books and media supplies, as long as it stays under the library budget.
Right.
And that would apply to DPW, to the town administrator, to the tax collector, or to our very own expenses.
But is there anybody that does not apply to?
No, it's the Board of Selectmen's decision.
That's where on the where it says it reviews without policy or line item authority. So if the selectmen decide that they are going to run the tires bald on the town vehicle to save money, and it will encourage people not to drive it, that's their policy decision.
Can I go back to page 4?
Please.
On insurance benefits, life insurance, $250. That increased by 33% roughly, or whatever. did we get the wrong amount for our life insurance? I have a hard time believing that it increased that much for 1 or 2 people going on, new people or whatever. How do we increase our life insurance from 650 to 967?
Noted.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna ask on the 2 lines below that, unemployment and workers' comp
Yeah,
are both 100%, so I'm assuming they're paid for the year?
Yes, that would be a
Yeah.
one-time.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
You can verify that, but that's normally how it works.
Thank you. Okay, up above, 393, same page, AS software support is 100%. And, oh my, postage again, 117.
The software support, my guess would be it's a one-time hit for the year, it's a contract.
I hope, yeah.
Because where it comes out even 100%, that kind of tells you it's,
Yeah. But then their postage, it's like, what are these people sending out? Why don't they buy forever stamps and,
yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, because it's like four postage lines. are
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
So it's worth noting and asking why.
yeah, because we got highway department.
Yeah.
We talked about that. We talked about this. Oh, okay, under encumbrances, fire, fitness, library,
give a
battery,
page
path.
so
Oh, I'm
you know.
sorry, page 14. And library, printer, copier, those are all at 100%, so
Yeah.
assuming that's done.
Yep.
Okay. Those are all the questions I had.
Okay,
He's gone, thank you.
Moving on.
Please, quick.
moving on.
Okay.
Things that the selectmen would like to mention that have come to the benefit of the town, like at
Sure.
last night's meeting.
Yes. So, the fire department, got a grant, a possible grant funding from the Michael Maloney Foundation for $5,000.
They did get it.
To go
good.
towards, the ambulance revolving account.
It's the what?
The,
The ambulance
Fund-
revolving account,
the
so we
fund-
can, it can be spent at our discretion?
yeah,
There's not, designated in their minds for anything special, huh?
so you said purchase for, wait, let me finish. The purchase for, it goes with the ambulance, okay, it's in the ambulance revolving account. There's a purchase for a new cardiac monitor.
Okay, so it is designated for
Right,
the amount.
right, and that's where it comes out of.
Good. Great. Because they didn't know the last
The
time.
grants are specific.
Okay. So future revenues, we're working with the New Hampshire Solar Garden again,
Mm.
and we had Alan Keller come in and has a proposal where they're looking at a lot of land behind the wastewater treatment down here. Right now, we're earmarked, and will always be earmarked as the largest solar garden in New Hampshire, the one we have right now.
Really?
And now with more future projects coming up, another town will be hard pressed to catch us.
So what's happening with the fields, poisonous fields?
So there's gonna be some testing done,
Yeah.
okay, monitoring the wells and such. But yes, that is one of the potential projects for the solar garden we're looking at right now.
And even though there are chemical problems, they'll be okay.
That has
What do you-
not come up yet,
It still hasn't?
no.
Oh, all right.
But,
The brownfield grant is moving on that, to see it fit for that to be used.
Lockhart, right?
Yes.
question, did I see a new monitoring well drilled right in the middle of the snow dump to the north of the trailer next to the Three Ponds Tavern, or did I just not see it before? It's
Snow dump?
black, we're opposite Ivans.
I don't know.
You know where the Three Ponds Tavern,
Yeah,
okay?
The trailer
White
next to it.
trailer, the orange
Oh,
84
right beside
Mustang.
it?
Yeah, and just to the north of that, in the center of that open field, on the road that angles in,
yeah.
there seems to be a new well. or I just haven't seen it, whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know.
No problem. That,
And it may very well, I just haven't, I have not kept up with that,
Mhm.
kept up with it in other areas. But you know what, I'll make a note of it and I'll get back to you.
All right, and the second one was behind the wastewater treatment?
the,
Yeah.
Is that a wise decision, though?
How's
What if we
that?
have to expand the wastewater treatment plant? Why would, you know?
It wouldn't affect it. It wouldn't affect it. There's like 20 acres back.
Correct, but
Okay.
with, you know, with everything's happening, with people trying to,
Yeah, especially 75 trying to blow up like it is.
right,
Yeah.
so,
In fact, the wastewater treatment can handle the projects that we're looking at right now, as capacity as it is. But in the future, if it had to grow,
its capacity is 100,000 gallons per day. At 80,000 gallons per day, we have to start a new plan for the development. That's the state regulation.
yeah,
We're at 52,000 gallons per day right now. They figured, what they figure per household a day, I read all this today, that's why I know it. I think it's 250 gallons per day per household. It don't take long to get up to our 80,000, and it's gonna be quite costly from the 80,000 just in the engineering alone. So I think some attention should be given to it, that if this town was to grow, what some people want, then we may need that property for more ponds and whatever.
something to keep in mind.
okay.
Hold on.
I'll just see if they got it.
That's all. That's all I have right now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Then,
Before we move on, Mr. Chairman, can I
Yes.
cover this under the town?
what,
This is the budgetary law. There's the classes that I have, and I think Mike
I'd like
may
to
be able
know.
to say something to it.
oh, well, that's, well, if Mike is still in the room, we'll do the other business.
Okay.
And the other business will be the budget and a finance workshop,
That's fine.
and the rest. So for the
It's the first time I've seen this brought this up.
for the summary of materials from the town, the two major things I have are the details of the election booths, how the costs and future purchase will go, and how the postage costs are going to break out for the town administration, DPW, and ZBA, if you wanted to find out more about that. And the reason I'm saying that is so that it's easy for Brenda to pick it up as a highlight item when she does the minutes. Which, anything else from the town?
No, sir.
Okay.
It's not so much of a habit, is it?
That I will add on that Nick went together on a cooperative grant basis with Alton, Waterboro, Maine, Lebanon, and Wolfboro?
Yep.
And Wolfboro. And they got the cost of the cardiac monitor down from $40,000 on a single purchase down to $26,000, and a $5,000 grant from the Michael Maloney Foundation brought it down to $21,000, which is just an excellent example of what a wonderful bulldog Nick is for for finding grants and following through on them. That brings us to other business. Bob Carrier has a budget and finance workshop photocopy.
Can I
And-
correct you?
Yes,
Sorry. The total cost
was,
with the trade is 26,505. Okay,
and
the ambulance revolving fund, we need 2105, and then adding the $5,000 would give us the 2605.
I'm sorry, what number did I give? I thought I went down to
24.
21.
21.
I thought I went down to 21.
You did, but the total cost of the monitor, and that's, they
Oh,
all pay the same
okay,
thing.
yes.
You're
The,
going
the
backwards.
cooperative
Right.
purchase of the monitors for the 5 towns involved is $26,000 each compared to 40. We have an
Yeah.
additional saving of 5,000, again,
Because of the
thanks
grant.
to local support for the fire department.
Yes.
Yep, duly noted.
So came up with the same numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah, just backwards.
yeah.
I'll say.
Then, other business, Bob Carrier.
I didn't mean to go over this on you, Mike.
That's okay.
What it is, I got caught up in it because Dennis Wing asked for this. This budget finance workshop, this is a copy of what they are going to go through. This is an old copy, but the date is September 12th, and it's gonna be at the Putnam Restaurant. I don't have the address. And the other one is September 26th, and that's a Tuesday at Attitash Grand Summit Hotel in Bartlett, New Hampshire. And as for that Putnam Restaurant, I really don't know the location, but this is the dates. Unfortunately, both of them land on a Tuesday morning from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., which is kind of odd. But the other thing is, it may cost $75, but I was told that this would have to come out of the budget committee's budget.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we don't, I know we didn't, I don't
I'm looking
think-
at it right now, we don't have a line item for that.
No, we don't, but we don't have enough
Oh,
money
yeah,
to do it.
that's-
Well-
It depends on how many wanna go.
Normally, we'd send the chairman, if he was available to go.
Yeah.
And as in anything else, you'd find us another line, you know what I mean? Or the board of selectmen find it in another department. But normally, we do send one person.
Because what it is, I talked to Heather, and I thought it was coming out of her budget, but it is ours.
Correct.
And I know if we didn't, did you budget for that?
No, it's right here, I'm looking at it, we don't have it.
See, a lot of things are coming out new, but just to further this out though, you'll see in August, she's gonna start getting some forms and she will put it in the budget committee's mailbox. Cause you'll have to register to go in there, but she'll have the forms ready. So she'll let us know. I thought I'd give an advance notice. This copy right here is what they're going to go through. And this is just an old copy, but it was something so you guys can look at and see what it's gonna involve. And
I
can
think
give
as a
that-
new member, I would be interested. I'd be
Well,
willing
the
to pay it
school
myself.
department can pay for your part,
Can they?
sure, put it in your budget.
I don't think we have a line item.
We don't either,
You're frozen.
Well, what do we do?
one person goes,
Oh,
that's what you normally do, to eliminate the cost.
I'll pay
So,
my
so
own.
what,
You can,
I'm rich.
what are you considering your professional services?
well, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, there's
If I did not figure the amount of minutes,
$851 left. What else is going on?
well, what it is, you gotta remember too, that when we get into budget season, you gotta count the number of meetings we gotta have, and I didn't quite go into it yet to see how much is gonna be left, if anything.
It
What do we
doesn't
do
much
for the
matter, Tom.
meetings?
It doesn't much matter. It's like anything, it doesn't much matter. If we go over the line, we go over the line.
Yeah.
But it's something that this board should have one person, usually the chairman, go and see if anything's changed,
Yeah.
so we can address our business knowledgeably and correctly. I mean, $75 isn't gonna be the end of the world.
Yeah, at first it was 80, but she says that she don't think so, it's 75 probably.
And normally we'll pay mileage and travel to whoever goes to.
These are
Or they use the town vehicle?
Can we is not
Are those
employees.
tires
the- yeah.
Yes,
The one without the tires,
you're
right?
officials.
All right, well, I'm
Um,
just saying,
Yeah,
that's
you're
something you should
officials.
ask.
Go to
because-
training, so you can use that.
Okay, there'll be more information on this. I just brought it early enough town administrator, Heather knows it, and she will start getting those forms in August. Those who wanna go will have to pick one up to the mail, to the box.
One
Okay.
question,
You go to either one. What's this?
just one question?
Yeah.
Because I thought I heard somebody say that you can't pay for it yourself, that it has to be
No, I
town.
think you could pay.
Why
Well,
couldn't I
and
go and
actually-
pay for it?
Actually, I don't know how that would work, because it has to be a municipality,
Yeah, 'cause, well, what it is, they're going to
or
have,
the school department, or someone that's a,
there's a form that we're gonna have to
Municipality.
sign.
What you
associated.
can't do is you can't pay for it and expect to be reimbursed.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
That's all. If you
But I mean,
wanna
if I
pay
paid
yourself,
for it, I paid for it,
Yeah,
right?
you can.
See,
I mean,
but
I
the
think it's
thing is-
worth it to me to,
Well, why don't you send, this year, why don't you send 2 people?
Um,
well, like I said, she can always go into the school budget.
Yeah.
yeah, I would
They
check
should
with
send
the
someone
school,
too.
Yeah,
since I am the school rep, right?
The
Yeah.
town should have someone.
yeah, because I would have a
Budget.
different budget for me if I wanted to go.
Right.
Not the, but the budget committees. So
Oh,
she's a
that's
rep and
right.
I'm a rep.
That's right, I'm not
You're a
even
rep.
part of
You
the,
Take it out of your
you're a
budget.
rep?
If I was to go, yeah, water district.
Well, where's
Yeah.
your budget?
Where is it? I don't have it with me.
Why not? I mean, come on, if you're an
That-
absolute,
We won't see that till the end of the budget season.
Right.
Ladies, gentlemen, okay,
Well, okay,
That-
just so long, there's a pre-registration 1 week prior, but the space is limited, so whenever we get this paper, anybody wants to go will have to send it so the town administrator will know
immediately.
if we're going to, well, how it's gonna come out, if it comes out of our budget, or it's gonna be
School
done
board.
out of your own pocket.
that,
Well,
No,
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 one
it's not
person
gonna
should
come
come out of the budget.
Yeah.
I just brought that up because somebody brought that up, if they can want to pay for it, that's all I did, was bring it up.
Remember we sent Bruce one year?
Yes, we did, in fact, he was the
A
last
couple of years
one.
ago, I think. I don't think anyone went last year.
Nobody did, and
Yeah.
I know I didn't go, and we didn't send anybody cents.
no.
And that's where I got that
yeah.
book from.
Uh,
Okay, that's it.
Ev-
We
uh,
have professional
when-
development here, okay.
When we started this year, my standard comment regarding me is, people know my warts. One of my particular warts is conferences, for me personally, are a lot of like the joke about speed reading War and Peace. You finish it in half an hour, and it's about Russia. And that is the detailed information that, for my worldview, comes out of conferences like this. I am a reader. You give me something to read, and I will harass you about it forever. That is my own private prejudice. I will not be going to the conference. I went several years ago, and I think I paid for it myself. It was I think it was $45 then. Show you how long ago it was. So the chair is not going to be taking his his spot at that
So the
conference.
vice chair should have the next
That
shot.
if Bob, if you want to go, that's fine. If
Did I put the 26 down for the September one, the ad attached? Did I
Yes.
put 26?
yes,
Okay, I didn't touch it, I wanna make sure I got the right date.
Yep,
would
I
that be
just
the
checked.
Puritan restaurant?
Where's that?
I just looked up Putnam and it's in Goffstown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a restaurant in
It is in
Goffstown.
Goffstown, that's where I saw it. but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The thing is in the Manchester, Nashville area, that's where they're gonna hold it, but
And then the other one's in Bartlett. I mean,
Bartlett,
either
okay,
one.
Because
you
there's
can't get
also a
there from here.
Puritan restaurant which is in Manchester-ish on Route 28. That's another
Well, we'll get
issue.
the proper.
We'll find out. Okay, so a conclusion summary for Brenda's benefit for the minutes is that for the two workshops will be coming up on budget and finance workshop, the possible line item access and the dates will be discussed in more detail in our June meeting. Is that a fair summary?
this is gonna stay somewhere till later on.
Until after we come,
August, we
until
won't see
August.
nothing, yeah,
So
we won't see nothing till August.
it is not a fire.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not.
Yeah.
Good.
Is there-
Then-
I know you said that there was
One
prior
week,
to, 1 week.
1 week before the date.
Okay.
Um,
You're gonna send it in, and space is limited.
Yep.
You get a lot of people
So
going.
Bob, did you volunteer to go to that?
it might conflict with the senior dinner that I do downstairs. If this is the third week, I don't like to leave Karen. This is an everything, I've been doing this now for 4 years, and I really don't want
Oh,
to.
the 2 days. Do you do Tuesdays every Tuesday? of
Why don't we
lunch?
do this? Why don't we table this to the next meeting when we have 2 more members here?
Yeah.
To see who's gonna
Sure.
represent the budget committee at this conference.
I will make sure the school district pays for me.
If it
Okay.
doesn't conflict, I will gladly go, but I'll talk to Karen and see what.
We just leave it hanging tactfully in the
We
air.
have time, we have time.
Other business, a small but more important thing. Bob Carrier is actually the brains of the outfit. I am not a computer user, by choice and terror both. I will put the budget committee agenda together on my Chromebook. It takes me about 2 hours to type it. I'm that good. It used to take 3 hours. And I email it. I think I emailed it to you directly this time, all by myself.
You did.
Back in 1998 was the first time we had a discussion in the town on sharing internet and emails. And basically, the answer is don't. There is small information at the level of the budget committee meeting of XX is canceled all. There is no need to reply to that. It is factual information sent out for the benefit of anyone in the community who wants to hear it. Having an accidental conversation because you are genuinely interested in what the other person may have done on a given topic is a wonderful thing. Send them a letter. Do not use email in any context where it is not a one-to-one conversation, where another person can inadvertently join it and say, gee, I like her chocolate chip cookies too. You will be told you are doing the work of the committee. You don't want that. Is that a strong enough statement?
Yeah, all the emails would be directed to the chair.
The
You
chair-
can make contact with one individual on the board.
Yeah.
Because
the-
it's not a
Yeah.
majority, you can, like, I could go to you,
that
that's legit, but you can't have more than that.
we are
Right,
in.
You know what, all it takes is that one wrong button,
Yeah.
so we might as well keep it simple, stupid,
Yeah.
and everybody
You
email
call me
the chair.
stupid?
No, you're simple
No, no.
in an email.
Not an email.
Wow.
No, there are people you have to smarten. There are people you have to smarten up before you
I've
can
been
call them
called
stupid.
worse.
Right.
Gee, thanks.
I've been called worse, don't worry
But
about
we
it.
can't send anything to the chair because he doesn't have an email
The
account.
the chair
There's
is
the emails
Vice
there
chair.
all the
the
time.
chair is not a person of record for the work of the committee. We lost an excellent pivot point when Brenda is not physically present and not working as a conduit for the budget committee. For the library, everything goes to Betsy as the quote administrator, and she will contact each one of the three of us separately, even with the question, Larry, can you make the meeting on Wednesday at 2 o'clock? And it does not go reply all. One of the things that Bob is looking for, I think, you can speak for yourself, but as I understand it, is the phrase you used, macro, so that when you hit it, it's information all. So you do not have to type in Sean, Stan, Peg, Larry, Bob,
That's
Mike,
exact.
Aaron, so that the person who is, for lack of a better word, the administrator for the budget committee emails. Joanne, for example, should be able to send everyone electronically by hitting one button, Budget Committee All, the electronic version of the spreadsheet for the month. Is that what you're interested in?
Yes.
You pick it up from that point.
Well, so long as you don't reply to all. But I sent out information, now I got one from Nathan, who was very concerned about sending the spreadsheets out because they said there was an email policy. I told him that you are sending out information, so long as nobody
He's
replies.
not a board member, he can do it.
Yeah, but even as a board, I mean, right now, I'm not gonna be doing any more sending out expenditure reports.
This is a restriction to the board members
Yeah.
only.
Well,
You can do anything you want, you can send all of us whatever
Okay.
you like.
What happened, when I sent that out, there was a reply going on.
I did that.
And, but
So,
So one way to really solve this problem right out of the gate is you send out an email as BCC, blind
Yes.
carbon copy. If you reply all to BCC, the only person that will retrieve that, get your email is the original person who sent it.
Thank
Oh,
you,
really?
guys.
So if you put in a BCC to everybody?
That's what
Oh,
I
I
did
didn't
not
know.
remember. Would you
That one.
say that again clearly into the
BCC
microphone so that
blind
we have it neatly for the minutes?
But you're gonna have it on, you're gonna
You're-
bring it down.
Okay,
Yeah.
you are the person for the summary. You are the person who is sending information to all the members of the budget committee, and you do that in the following way. You
So typically there are three areas, the two, the
CC.
CC, and then the BCC. BCC is a line that you want. Simple Google search will help you find it in your
Format.
You don't even
email
have to do that,
client of
sometimes you just
choice.
hit on the two.
So
and-
then for Joanne or Nathan, they will be able to, again, the word macro, and that will have a string of each of our addresses as a blind carbon copy. And all they have to do is hit that icon, or whatever you want to call it, and it will automatically generate a BCC list of undisclosed recipients.
I'm not
Is
Do
there a
we-
way, is there a way to do that?
Do we know if the town actually has a budget committee all
They
email
should.
distribution
they will-
list?
They're going to have it now.
Okay.
I'm no longer gonna be doing it. I asked Mike to give it. Erin's gonna have to put her email address on there as well.
right here, I've got it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, Mike's gonna still send out the agenda.
You will.
No,
Yeah.
that you will get the agenda.
Unless you wanna send it out.
The-
Too
the le-
confusing.
In all seriousness, I was able to lock up my Chromebook that my son came up from Rhode Island and had to unlock it because I had wound up somehow in what I will call the operating system with a password that Google could not recognize.
Anyway, there's a
So-
new email policy. I
Wonderful.
should have brought, and I didn't, I apologize, but I'll have it for next meeting.
Okay, so may I ask a dumb question, because I just got totally confused? Bob, are you no longer going to send us anything except for the agenda unless, you continue with the agenda because you know how
That's
to
it.
do it, okay.
I'm sending this to Joanne because it should come from there, because by the time it gets to me, I'm sending it maybe 3 hours later because I'm not on the computer all the time, and I just noticed it.
Who gets the agenda then?
You send it to me, and I'll send the agenda out, but.
Okay, all right,
Joanne's
but all of the information, like the school board report and the town report,
They're gonna be sent directly to you, and I'm going to be out of it because I
Okay.
shouldn't be doing it in the first place.
okay. So do you want a copy? You need the PDF file, right?
If they want this month's,
I'll contact
I'll get
Okay.
Nate if you wanna contact Joanne.
yeah, he's the chair or whatever, of this, I think he's the chair of that. What Joanne's gonna do is just give us the expenditure report, but that means, yeah, okay, now we gotta settle this confusion, because now you're going to talk to her.
Right.
And I'll make sure that she talks to Mike about which email address to use to send out to the rest of the team.
Okay, because
And I'll talk to Nate.
it just makes it easier. You guys will get it as soon as she sends it out.
Yep, sounds
I
great.
won't get it to you till later, because, again, I'm not always on the computer.
And there's no real reason to play a game of phone.
Yeah.
Telephone, she sends it out to an email address, we all get it, boom, game over.
It,
Right.
Yes.
it comes out early enough before our meeting, that's what I was really trying to do, make sure it gets to us before the meeting, so we have something to talk about.
Yeah, let me run
So I
it,
need
let me run it
email
again,
addresses then.
one time slowly. And that is, the simple example is going to be the town or school report for our use on the third Tuesday in June. We'll use the town report because Mike is here and Joanne, and all three of you, Joanne, Mike, and you, will have some part of the conversation. And Joanne will have a list of email addresses, and she will be able to take the end of month report to whatever date that is for the previous month, and she will hit whatever button that you hit, and that will be budget committee undisclosed recipients, BCC, and will go to all of us, and it will be boom, as you said, done. Is that a fair summary? Yep. Okay.
What? Hello.
Then,
Somebody tell me.
I think,
We can adjourn?
Someone here?
It just stuck his head in the crack. I don't know. I couldn't recognize him.
oh, it's probably, I bet you it's a planning board person.
They were supposed
Or-
to
or
meet
Dana.
at 6:30.
That, okay, is there
Motion to adjourn.
any other business? Did I cover enough of the topics that you were concerned about, making sure that we are not inadvertently doing the business of the committee? That's put to bed. The possible attendance at the Finance and Budget Workshop in September is on hold. Sean is going to work with Tom and Joanne and Nathan as that comes up.
All right, I will work
Friday
with
and beyond.
Nathan.
Okay.
Sorry, I will work with
Okay.
Nathan. He'll be
And Peg will also be in contact with Nathan, and Sean and Peg can talk back and forth however they wish as two people. I think that is everything. Stan, would you like to make the motion?
You got it.
I second it.
The motion is to adjourn. It has been
Will you
seconded.
summarize again?
I don't, this is the first time we have had Joanne, Brenda, without her being.
Call the
here.
vote.
Everybody in favor, stand up and leave.
Aye. I need your email, Aaron. So, let me ask you a question there, Mr. Stan. Why?
We just adjourned. We can't.
Thank you,
Excuse
Sean.
me, he just said we can talk to each other as just people. So you're just a person, like I'm just a person?
What's your question? Maybe a week before.
That was it.
As soon as he sent it to me,
Okay.
So you
have something to look
not
at.
a voted, elected
Thank you.
budget committee member?
No, I'm a representative of the water district.
Okay, so
I only
that's why I
wanted
said
that
you and I can
reason
talk, because we
beginning
don't, we're not
on,
really budget committee.
No, yes, we are.
Oh,
The
darn.
only difference between us and an elected, by way of the March ballot, is that we're a representative, and we have all the same, we
I
can't
can
be
send
chairman.
one directly to
That's one
you
thing we
without
can't do.
reply on
Okay,
it.
what's your person? Oh,
You're
damn,
gonna
I'm
need
not-
your New England address.
You're gonna have to get elected then. And you won't be able to be on the school board, you can't have more than one school board member on this board at the same time.
Send it to you, I'm gonna need your new email.
Absolutely.
Or
Right, you can't have two,
Yeah.
you have more than one water district member on this,
Tonight.
and more than one
The-
select.
Yeah, it would be like packing the Supreme Court.
I like that.
Well,
Aaron.
Thank you very much, and it was very.
ERNYLD